Nothing, baby. Let's go. That's football out here. It's not the world now. It's not the whole world.
Welcome to the Lone Star College Football Show. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Each episode, I will bring you news and information about college football in Texas, not just the FBS school, anyone who plays college football in the great state of Texas. I will do so by talking with the people making it happen on the gridiron, the head coaches, the staff, the players, but mostly the head coaches. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to talk about a single game, the only game this week featuring two undefeated Texas teams going up against each other. We're talking the Angelo State Rams and the Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas. This is going to be a great matchup. I have a special guest to talk about that one. Hey, it's not too early to start thinking about the perfect Christmas gift. Yes, if you have college football lovers in your life, they are going to love the board game Saturday Legends. Saturday Legends allows you to play the greatest college football teams of all time against each other based on their real stats. Included in the base set, 2005 Texas, 2001 Miami, 2019 LSU, 1995 Nebraska, 2014 Ohio State, 1945 Army, 1988 Oklahoma State, 2018 Clemson, 2009 Florida, and 1972 USC. And those are just a fraction of the amazing, historically great teams available in the Saturday Legends library. To get your Christmas shopping out of the way early and save money, go to SaturdayLegends.com. Use the code LONESTAR for 10% off your order. That's SaturdayLegends.com. Everybody join me in welcoming Lane Tobola from high school football coaching, from Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas, and from Junior Smokehouse to the show.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you bet. First off, I can't wait to talk about this game because, there are, 4 teams left in Texas that are undefeated. TCU and Trinity are 2 of them, but the other 2 are going head-to-head this Saturday. We're talking Angelo State versus Texas A&M Kingsville. That's going to be great.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a good one. 2 old rivals. It's in a game that finally matters again.
Nice. But before we get into that, tell me about Junior Smokehouse. Those who've been listening know that Junior sponsors this show, so sell what it is y'all do there.
I tell you, the first thing I would like to do is just tell you how thankful I am for having the opportunity to sponsor this show. To be affiliated with anything in Texas and football is a dream come true, and to be able to have our business affiliated with this show is a total treat for us. And, when I talk about our store that we have, our Smokehouse, I mean, we're a little bit of everything. We make our own beef jerky. We make our own sausage. Of course, we cook fresh barbecue every day. We have a whole lot of homemade fresh goodies all throughout the store, homemade bread, homemade pies, homemade kolaches, Koblasnikis for all my Czech people out there. We have them all, and then we have all your convenience store items. We're a meat market. We have fresh cut meats every day, custom cuts. And then if that wasn't enough, we have a complete full-line processing facility in the back of the store where we process our own goods. We can do wholesale. We can do retail. We can do custom cuts. People bring us their meat, and we do deer processing. That's a huge part of our business that we're coming up on now that we take a lot of pride in is the deer processing. So, to sum it all up, Chris, we are just a family-owned small-town business that basically likes to endeavor into all the fun stuff it does with food and living out in the country and all that stuff, the barbecue, the beef jerky, the deer processing. that's what we bring to the table.
I love that. And, of course, you've got spices and rubs and so many cool things.
We just kind of, we're not afraid to chase down a trail. I mean, whatever. You're into spices, we got spices. You're into sauces, we got sauces. You like canned goods, we got the jarred items. I mean, we just, anything that tastes good, we're gonna provide it and have it there for our customers.
I love that. And for those unfortunate couple 100 million who don't live right next to you, it's all available online too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. www.juniorsjerky.com, and that's JUNIORS jerky.com. And all of our products are on there, our smoked meats. And if there's anything that you don't see on the website, call us at the store, and we'll answer it, and we'll set up an order for you, and we'll deliver it. I've delivered Snickers bars, Cokes, Oreo cookies, of course, all of our jerky. And somebody says, well, I was in there, and maybe one day our baker happened to be making some double fudge peanut butter brownies that, we don't always carry those every day, but we do sometimes. Mm-hmm. And somebody says, I love those. Okay, well, we'll make you some up and we'll ship them to you. So nothing's off limits for us. That's the beauty of being a small business, is we can pretty much do whatever you need done.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk about your background now as it relates to football, because when we met, the connection was high school football, but you're connected with one of these teams as well.
Yes, I was fortunate enough out of high school to have the opportunity to walk on at Texas A&M University Kingsville, formerly known as Texas A&I, and then I was able to prove myself and earn a scholarship, and I was fortunate enough to be a 4-year starter there and play on a lot of good football teams, and just really had the time of my life and see so much and meet so many great guys and be around some great competitors and play good football,
Yeah, I love that. And again, we're talking 2 undefeated teams, both 7-0. So I'm guessing it's pretty clear which one you're rooting for.
I'm definitely rooting for the Javelinas. There's no question about that. I bleed blue and gold. It's in my blood. That place means so much to me. It changed my life. It's given me lifelong friends, taught me things that I'm just very, very proud to be a Javelina, and I wear the colors proudly, and I love what it stands for. But when I step out of the world of being a Javelina and step into the world of once a coach, always a coach kind of deal, mm-hmm. Man, I am more happy that Angelo State versus the Javelinas, that it matters. Yeah, that's what is good for the state. It's good for Division II football. It's just good. When Angelo and Kingsville play, it needs to matter. If it doesn't matter, then we have problems. And quite honestly, we haven't been pulling our weight on that end of the deal for a long time. But Coach Salinas has come into Kingsville and just done unbelievable things at that program. Things that people said it would take years to accomplish. We're 7-0 right now and playing good football, finding ways to win. And it's so nice that it matters now, and that you even know that we're playing this weekend. It's been a while, and there are some classic battles between the Rams and the Javelinas. When they get it on, it's usually a good thing. It's some good football. A lot of pride. And there's team. I'm not going to lie. Being a Javelina, it's not hard to make enemies. And there are some programs that we just don't like them, and they don't like us, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, the beauty of the Angelo rivalry is that I really mm-hmm. feel like there's a mutual respect. You got to look at Angelo and respect what they've done through the years, and it definitely is a program that brings a little more to the table than a lot of the teams that Kingsville plays, and that increases the intensity of the situation a lot.
Oh yeah, I love the fact I was looking at stats. Both teams are averaging right at 34 points a game. Both teams are giving up around 12 points a game, almost identical. You've got two quarterbacks with almost the same passer rating, around 136, which is astronomical. Guys, you couldn't have asked for a better rivalry matchup.
No, you couldn't. You could not at all. And as we know in the world, really any competitive situation, especially in football, when you have two evenly matched teams, this is when you really find out what you're all about. And you really find out about the character of your program, the integrity of your program, the toughness of your players, because, when it comes to throwing and catching and running and tackling, it's probably going to be even. So who's going to have that extra little thing deep down in their gut that's going to win this game for them? And I can tell you, I've personally been in battles with Angelo State where that's what it was all about. Who was going to be the last man standing and who was going to keep fighting. And that's what is going to be great about this game is that, Angelo's been good for a little while. We're the trailer in this situation. We're the chaser. And this is our first contest as a team to find out that what we are beyond the statistics. Do we have the guts and the heart to battle and when a lot is on the line?
Well, you were there recently. What do you know about the team? What can we expect to see?
Okay, this is what I know about the team. I know that Coach Salinas has them believing in what they're doing. I know that these kids are energetic. I was lucky enough to be on the sidelines, and I was right there on the bench with the players and the coaches. I was listening, and I really wanted to get a kind of a litmus test of where we were because, quite frankly, in this last game, they sputtered a little bit at times. And I was super impressed with the fact that the kids never faltered. They were positive. They were accountable to one another, and they never took their focus off or their belief off that they could win the game. And they found a way to win. So you're going to find a team that's hungry. You're going to find a team that has a lot of talent at running back. They have, I think, in my personal opinion, some pretty decent talent at receiver. You're going to find a team that can move the ball when given the opportunities. And definitely you're going to find a stingy defense. Very, very tough on defense the other night. I mean, honestly, of course, the offense made a play at the last couple minutes to win the game for Kingsville last week, but the defense is what won the game for them because the offense really didn't do anything until the last minute of the game or so, which is enough. That's finding a way to win. But if the defense had to battle. The defense had to battle all night, and they did. So, the more interesting thing for me to look at is we're about to find out about the character. You're on the road, you're in a big game, you're against a good team, and you're in a rival game. So you can throw all the other stuff out the door. This is about do you stand up to it and you fight, or do you back down? And that's when you're going to find out right now where this program's at.
Definitely. I'm looking at their rushing statistics, and it's like you said, it's a whole host of running backs. They don't have one clear leader. 3 people roughly 500 yards or more. There's no 1,000-yard runner, and the next guy has 100. Yeah,
it's pretty incredible to have that. And I think that from following the stats and whatnot, I think each one of those running backs kind of has a different style. And I think what's interesting about that, it is that it allows you as an offense, you can stay simple and have simplified packages because we are a young team and we are still kind of figuring this stuff out. But because of the type of athletes, the variations in their talents and the way they move the ball, you really have to bring a different flavor to the defense. So you're running the same schemes, but it's kind of a different offense because you have different athletes in the backfield, and they're all capable. Right. So it allows you to be multidimensional without being multidimensional.
Right on. Thing I love about teams at this level is I'm looking at the roster going, oh, yeah, I remember him playing at Langham Creek, or I remember him playing at Willow Ridge, or wherever. It's just cool that it's mostly Texas boys.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Having played in the Lone Star Conference, and when I played in the Lone Star Conference, we only had two teams that weren't from Texas. And, that was one of the very neat things about playing college football in the Lone Star Conference, was that when you played these teams, you didn't have to go very many degrees back to find a connection to most of the players that you were playing against. You either played in their district or maybe in a playoff game, or, okay, your cousin and I played high school together, and now it's easy to find a connection. And, it's like the old Southwest Conference days. That amps up the level of play and the intensity, because no one wants to lose the people that you've known since you were in grade school.
Definitely. And what do you know about Angelo State?
I know absolutely nothing schematically wise. I know that they're number 2 in the nation, and you don't get there by luck. And I know that they'll be ready. I know that on Division II in Texas, there's no other school that brings as much tradition and history to the field as we do. So they're not going to be intimidated. They're not going to be scared. They're going to be ready for the challenge. I know they play very well at their home stadium. And, I just know of Angelo in general, and they're going to be ready. And they're one of the few teams traditionally in the conference that wakes up every day believing they can go toe-to-toe with Kingsville.
Nice. Well, give me a prediction on this game. Not just the winner. Give me a spread.
Oh boy, I tell you what, you didn't prepare me for this, Chris. Because I got. Oh man. Okay, I'll go with this. I'm going to go with the blue and gold in an upset win, and I'm going to say it's not even close. I'm going to say Javelina's by 14.
Wow, love it.
I believe it. I do. I know I'm betting against the odds here and stuff, but I got to go. Since I got back into a corner, I got to go with the Javelinas. So I think that this game does have a chance. It does have a chance when you have a team like Kingsville. They're young, they're hungry, and you'll know in the first quarter. Either they're not ready and they're going to freeze up and it's going to get ugly, or they're going to be ready. And, one of the most exciting football teams to watch is a team that just got their legs underneath them.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that this could be the game for Kingsville, that this is where they get their legs underneath them. And I know they're 7-0, but quite honestly, they've been kind of like a just kind of feeling themselves out. They don't really know what it's like to be 7-0. They don't know what winning's all about yet. And this is when, if they figure it out, that this is what it takes to win, they could really surprise Angelo and get in trouble. And also remember this: I've known Coach Salinas for a long time. Coach Salinas is one of the best big ball game coaches I've ever been around. He knows how to dial it up when there's a lot on the line, and I think he will outcoach them. I believe that completely.
Nice. I love it. And I'm glad you clarified that, because when you first said, I'm going to give it to the blue and gold, I'm like, hey, they're both blue and gold.
Oh, yeah, they're both blue and gold. Okay, I forgot. I just think of them as being the Rams. I forgot the blue and gold. But, yeah, I should have just ran with that and said, I'm going to go with the blue and gold. I could have stayed neutral there. But
I love it. Well, Lane Tobola, I want to thank you so much for a couple things. One, for being on the show. I appreciate that. Two, and most importantly, for being a sponsor of the show and helping us get this in front of more people.
Hey, well, it's my pleasure, Chris, and I want you to know that, I'm a sponsor, and yes, there's advertising involved, but there's a lot of opportunities for advertisement. And I believe that what you're doing and the way that y'all conduct your show is important for football and for sports in Texas. Guys who have their boots on the ground, that are in touch with the teams, that can give you the stories instead of the mass media, blip. And, no one else is out there giving D2 any coverage. And we appreciate what you do. And I could advertise and I could sponsor in a lot of places, but I choose what you do not only because of the content, but because of how you do it. So thank you for having a show like this. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
This podcast is certified fresh. freshmediaworks.com.
And once again, I want to thank Junior's Smokehouse for being the title sponsor of the Lone Star College Football Show. I look forward to telling you more about them each and every episode. Hey, if you want coverage of your school or just want to give a shout out to your team, leave us a voicemail at 713-568-6361 and we'll play it out on the show. That number again is 713-568-6361. Also, do us a favor and give us a rating and review on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We will also read out the best reviews on the air. Until next time, I'm Chris Daly reminding you to get out there and enjoy some football.